Oh, this is going fucking swimmingly. Nothing's working. So annoying. I mean, my string's working, so at least we're getting something. Oh yeah, I've started it. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Do you need the link? I'll send it. I'll send it anyway, just in case. There you go. So hopefully we get some people coming in. Otherwise, this will be even more of a shambles. Okay, now... Okay. Anyway, hopefully we get some action going. And it's dry tyres already. Are you in the game? Oh no, you said you can't join. Never mind. Oh, I see a shambles this. Yeah, I got the chat open, so just waiting on you to send it out. Right, I'll get you an invite. Alex, welcome to the chat. I don't even know how to react to what's happening right now, but getting some action on track, and that's what matters. There have been a lot of things happening.
Alright.
Right, I'm just gonna leave whatever's happening in the ERL Discord server chat, but let's get on with this. We got, I think, is Auto on our lap? Yeah, he is.
Get on with this.
He's running out of fuel though. This will be his last lap on this set of tyres. As Bellerofox goes faster at 3.8. FRT Gist, thanks for the follow. He's going to come across the line. What's he going to set? Is it going to go fastest? No, it's not. 4.1. 3/10 off of provisional pole position so far.
Alright, Aiden, good night. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Alright, I've just joined the session. 7 minutes left to quali by the looks of it. We're finally going.
I would be able to tell you if the yellow flag didn't appear on top, but yeah, 7 minutes. And we got Bellerofox on another lap? No. We got Vader on a hot lap though, into turn 3. I'm going to turn the telemetry back on. Coming down in towards turn 4 now. He's about half a tenth up on his fastest time right now, and half a tenth is anything around here. Because it's such a short track, around 70 seconds long. Well, not even that, 63 seconds. As Zabi goes faster at 103.8. 45 milliseconds faster than Bellerofox. So far, FRT having a good start to the session as Vader invalidates on the exit of turn 6. And we got Bartek on a lap into turn 4 now. Coming down into it, braking nicely off the 100-meter board. Avoiding the inside curb, which can be faster sometimes. I'm not an expert at this track. I don't use it. I don't drive it. 3 turn 6 now, holding it in 5th gear, so he doesn't scroll off too much minimum speed. 44.2 to the middle sector. He's purple, according to the track map. I don't know how much to trust that, but that's how it's going. As we come down into the sweeping turn 9 and 10, made a lot more tricky post patch. With the inside curve of turn 9 being very oversteery and the whole corner being understeery itself. But he's going to come across the line now. It's a 3.6. A tenth and a half provisional pole. So a good start to the session for Bartek. Vader's now on a second lap on his set of tyres. Maybe his third. I think it's his third. It's his second on the mediums. Okay. Maybe his third. Never know anymore. But going for the medium strategy. He's 2 tenths down on Bartek to the first sector. The mediums are quite good around here. Apparently, I think the delta's about a tenth? Or it's nothing. It's something like that. As Chemo goes fastest by 7 hundredths. 103.5. Completely missed that lap. We're going to have Vader come across the line now. What's he going to set? It's going to be a 3.8 to go P5 on the mediums. And we've got Kyle setting up a lap now. Through the final corner. And we'll follow him for this lap on the medium compound tyres. Oh, he's run wide. And he's had to brake to not invalidate. Caesar, do you want to take us through some laps when they happen? I'm going to go get a drink.
I will, of course.
I think Kevin's next, so I've went on board with him.
Let's see, Kevin out lap is right now starting the lap. Prepared it nicely, now coming out to the exit of the last corner to start a lap around Austrian Grand Prix circuit. Going to turn 1, you want to get as much space on the left, hit the apex. Done very nicely indeed, and he gets a little slipstream from his opponent right there. He brakes now just before the 100 meters, turning into the apex, get nice rotation. Ooh, he slides a bit. And he now goes onto the second DRS straight, going into turn 4. You want to get as much space as possible on the left, again to turn in on the apex, nicely done. We approach turn 5, the 2 fast left-handers, as much space on the right. Curb on the exit. And the apex, as he's 1/1000th of a second up on his previous time. That's what he's going to do in the last sector, approaching the 2 fast right-handers. Again, space on the left, turning in on the apex, nicely done. No validation so far. And I guess that's a commentator's curse. And he validates, and his lap on wasn't improving either. Well, Aiden is at the moment, he's gone for a little bit, so I can't control the stream right now. So we're still on board with Kavar, but we have a few other drivers on our lap right now.
I am back.
Right, we have Surfy on our lap, Aiden, going to turn 4.
Alright, let me get on Surfy. There we go. So I'm just responding to DM from Mizza. And Caesar has left the party. I'll try and get him back in. Monty, thanks for the follow. I'm going to try and keep up with everything. Chat, follows, anything I can. I might be alone. I'm going to try and get someone in. Anyway, here we go. Pitfall Matrix, thanks for the follow, mate. Up to 141, thanks everyone for the support. And obviously we were here for BFE. But, yeah. Show tyres. Okay. And everyone's rocking on in. I am alone for a second. I don't know who's on our lap. We're going to keep going with Surfy through the last 2 corners. Kevin's retired in the pit lane. His session is over. Miro goes starts off 103.4. What can Surfy do about that? He goes 4th behind all 3 ERL drivers. And Zabi goes fastest, but on 103.3. Good luck there from the FRT driver. We've got FRT Rokari on an invalidated lap, probably setting up another lap. And we have Vader going into turn 1 to start his flying lap on the soft compound of tyres. Coming down towards turn number 3. What's his first sector like? It's a 15.9. It's not purple, but he's a half a tenth up. And as I said earlier, that can really help around this circuit. Zabi obviously not going to try and give any slipstream. But coming down towards turn number 4 then, braking around 80 meters. Clipping that inside curve very nicely, getting good traction out of the corner, using all the AstroTurf on the exit. Down towards turn 6 now. Chaya went P3 on mediums. 2.5 tenths off of pole position. That shows the strength of the mediums around this track. Vader, 3 tenths up now, through the middle sector, purple to the middle. As, I think that was also that jumped up to P5. He'll be starting on 3-lap-old soft compound tyres. So I don't know how much that'll affect his race. And Vader invalidates. What would it have been? It would have been a 3.4. That would have been about P3. We've got Jumped Warrior finishing a lap now. Across the line, 103.6. And then we got Kyle left to go. Along with Rokari, who's in the pit lane. Yeah, Rokari's across the line. And Kyle's backed off. He'll be starting last. So I'm assuming Kevin and Kyle will go on the mediums. We've got Char on the mediums. ERL looking good so far. And here we go. So, that's your grid. Let me know, guys, in the chat, who do you think will come out on top and how much by? The 2 teams today are ERL and FRT. So we'll see how that one goes. So there you go, there's your grid. Sabi, the Hungarian, on pole position by 45 milliseconds over Kimura, followed by Bartek, Chaya, Jump to Warrior, Belarofox, also Surfy, Rokari, and then it's an all ERL bottom 3 with Vader, Kevar, and Kyle rounding off the top 12. Vader on the mediums as well, so it looks like ERL will have about 4 drivers starting on the medium compound tyres, and only 1 FRT driver will be on them. So, let's see how this one plays out. So do let me know, guys, who you'll think will be on top in today's matchup. One of the final rounds, one of the final races of round 4, I believe, only left. We've got NRX and SLR on Wednesday, and BFE versus TTM on Thursday to round out round 3. And we're going to get going very quickly here. We've got 13 seconds until the start. So, here we go. There's no formation lap unless someone's messed up some settings. I'm going to take a quick sip of drink. Here we go. We're going for 5 red lights. And they're out and away we go. And Bartek and Jump Warrior have got drive-through penalties off of this line. Bartek drops down the field into last place. But it's been a good getaway for Zabi. We got Bella Rofox and Jump Warrior going side by side up into turn 3 here. I'm going to get the tyres up. I'm going to double check yet. And we've also got, Chai getting hit by Jump Warrior there. He's off the track. He's hit Rokiri. Oh, that was close. That was very close. Everyone seems to be okay, though. Can I get a good angle, please? We've got Keva up the inside of Rokiri. Through turn 4. Good move there from the ERL team captain. And let's see, can Kimura make any impressions on the 2 FRT drivers in front of him? We've also got Surfy getting close to his teammate Auto. But Kevin just sitting in behind. Oh, and Rokiri almost went for one there. He's looking very fast on his first lap. He goes wide. That might be a warning. That's definitely that's got to be 2 warnings. I'll check those very quickly. For Rokiri. No warnings. Interesting. As up in front, it's still a train coming down towards turn 3. Kevin's going to look around the outside of Surfy. Will he go for the switchback? Oh, bit of a slide on the exit for Surfy. Will that open the door for Kevin? Not quite. They're both using their ERS. Kevin's turned it off before him. They're about even. And Vader's trying to size up Jump Warrior here. I'm trying to look up and down the field. Obviously, with it being Austria, it's a bit chaotic. And it's been an interesting first 2 laps, as Bartek has already served his drive-through penalty. Obviously, we've still got Jump Warrior to come in, so there's no point with Vader taking too many risks on the Red Bull driver. As at the end of the lap 3, he will be boxing to serve the drive-through penalty, but Vader has so much more pace through the final 2 corners now. He's going to be right on the tail. Kimura sets the fastest lap of the race. And Vader will get the DRS up to turn 3, so maybe he'll just pass him on the DRS. Bit of a slide for Vader. Jump Warrior did go wide, though. And will we see Vader go for it in towards turn 3? We will around the outside. Oh, bit of a wheel bang there. But Vader has the DRS again, but Auto's right on his tail now. Vader's going to go for it. I can't get a good camera angle. Here we go. Oh, there's wheel banging. This is going to allow Auto to get side by side. Oh, but Vader's got through. Vader has made it through. And now Kevin's going to be right on the back of this. What can the 2 Red Bull drivers for FRT do? It's 2.8 seconds between P3 and P4 right now. As Jumped pulls to the side, saying he's coming in the pits, and he spun! He spun on the way into the pit lane. So, this is going to drop him behind Bartek here. An interesting turn of events here. In BFE round 3, we've got Rokiri going for it on Kevin. Down towards turn 2 and 3. The turn 2 kink. Rokiri is just ahead. Here comes Chaya, though. What can Chaya do? Kevin's going to go around the outside of Rokiri. This is going to bring Chaya into the fray, but obviously as their teammates, they don't want to fight too much. I think Kevin's just going to let Chaya go here. Which may end up being the best decision. I wasn't looking at the pace, but Chaya might have a little bit more of it. As Jumped Warrior has come out just behind Bartek and Surfy Box for some reason. I don't know why that was. Does it tell me? Oh, that's settings. Race director. Surfy. No. Oh no, I see pit stops. Is there any action up and down the field? No, there's not. So let's just hop into pit stops real quick. Surfy Box for a front wing repair onto the medium tyres. As Rokeri goes wide out of turn 1 yet again. But no one's making any inroads on the cars nearest to them as yet. JC Blackie1, thank you for the follow, mate. As Bartek takes the fastest lap of the race. Bellerophic's on the back of his teammate Zabi. And they've got Mirror on the tail. Yo, guys. Welcome in. So it's a very close matchup here today. We've got ERL and FRT, obviously. And I'm all alone in the comm box. As Caesar had to go. And Vader spun it out of turn 6. Sorry, 7 that is. I get confused with these corner names, these corner numbers, because they count kinks as actual corners. Anyway, can Chaya now get close or past Rokeri? Also runs wide out the final corner. He's going to be giving Slipstream and DRS to his teammate Rokeri. They're going to make the switch down into turn 1. Oh, but there's been contact between the two FRT drivers. This is going to open the door for Chaya. He's going to get a lightning exit out of the first corner. He's boxed in, but can he get the... He does! Wow! Good racecraft from Chaya there. Down the inside comes Rokeri. There's been contact. There's plenty of it. But some very good racing there from Chaya, Rokeri, and also Rokeri's going for into turn 4. This is a nice little cinematic shot we've got here. Can Chaya hold on? He does! Chaya's got the run out of the corner. Coming down in towards turn 6 now. Who's going to be the bravest? And Chaya comes out on top in that little scrap there. And somehow they haven't even lost too much towards the cars behind. But what they have done is dropped about 1.2 seconds to Key Mirror up in 3rd position. Now we're going to have Kyle on the back of Auto. What can Kyle do? Can he make any positions on the FRT drivers? And help ERL in this race? He's on the alternate strategy. But we haven't seen all too many moves so far. Well, we have seen a lot of moves, sorry. But we haven't seen the ultimate strategy come to life as of yet, as it's only lap 7 of the race. Here comes Rokeri on Chaya then. Down towards turn 3. He's going to go for the inside line. Who gets the DRS? It's Rokeri who gets it. And he gets the move as well. Oh, and also Kylo made contact, I think. And Auto is round. I didn't quite catch that, but also has gone around. And now we got Rokeri in front of Chaya, as we saw into turn 3. And out of turn 3, there has been some sort of contact, I believe. I'm not sure, though. Which has left Auto spinning into the barrier. Maybe with some wing damage. Let's have a look at that. Does it look like... Yeah, there's definitely some sort of understeer there. So, he's collected wing damage from that one. So, there's definitely going to be some serious inquiries after this Grand Prix. No less from Auto. Having a look into that collision. I didn't catch any of it. Rokeri runs wide out of the last corner again. So maybe he's found some sort of exploit. I don't know. But hopefully Chaya gets a good exit here. Which doesn't look like he gets all too good in one. But he has got the DRS. He did use a little bit of ERS coming out of turn 1. He's going to be side by side coming up into turn 3 now. And he's made the move. And he's left space for Rokeri as well. But Rokeri has the DRS. Oh, that's very close. Rokeri slots in ahead of the McLaren driver. And some great action for P4 here between Rokeri and the two McLaren drivers of Chaya and Kevin. As Surface sets the fastest lap on those medium compound tyres, he pitted for on lap 5. Rokuri defending for no reason there. Because Chaya is clever enough not to go for a move like that. Will we see Rokuri go wide again? No, he doesn't this time. So maybe that'll help Chaya out. But coming down towards turn 1, they're very close again. But Chaya just can't make the move. But he's going to have the DRS. He's within a tenth and a half. He's going to go for it. A little bit of a check up there, as he has to avoid Rokuri on the back straight. Sorry, coming down through turn 3. The sharp 93 right-hander. Kevin's on the back of Rokuri as well. So, but Rokuri's going to have the DRS here. It's going to come down into towards turn 4, side by side with Chaya. Oh, there's a bit of contact. Oh, and Rokuri goes for the switchback. It's a good move. Will he hold on to it? There's more wheel banging coming down towards turn 6. But Rokuri still in behind Chaya. Kevin can't do anything to capitalise on that. But some good fighting here as the top 3 are all just chilling in a DRS train. This is what you like to see at such a short track. I don't think we've seen a single lap without action so far this race. FRT Callum, thank you for the follow, mate. Nearing 150 followers on Twitch. That's not any. That isn't anything I'd ever think I'd say. But yeah, it's crazy this race so far. And we're gonna have Rokuri coming up on Chaya up into turn 3 once again. So these guys going side by side in turn 3 quite a lot. I think Chaya was trying to get DRS there, but he broke way too early for it. And now Kevin's on the right-hand side of Rokuri as he loses the back end. A little bit of contact. Rokuri's driver throws her hand up in frustration. But now they're going to be 3 wide coming down into turn 4. Bit of contact as Rokuri turns in on Kevin. And now Chaya's got past him. And now Kyle's going to try and get past him into turn 6. Side by side through the long sweeping turn 6. And that's a great move from Kyle. What a move. Up into P6. It's now an ERL 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. So far with the points advantage. And Kyle's weaving in happiness. That was some incredible racecraft from the 3 ERL boys and Rokuri there. Very good racing, I must admit. That's got to be the best bit of racing I've seen in a while. I need a drink after that. Wow, that was some great racing there. Will we see Rokuri coming back at Kyle, or will he be nerfed by the fact that he's the 4th car in a DRS train? He gets very close to braking, using all of the track there. But he can't amount it to anything. As the top 3 are still super close. They're all just taking a DRS train, and Mirror, if he wanted to, he could go for an ERS send it all. He's got 97% and the 2 in front of him have about 70. So he has the advantage on the battery. But he's been clever and not using it yet. Obviously, this guy's probably going to go for a soft medium. So they'll be going until about lap 16, I think. I'm not sure on the strategy. Because I've not done a single run here. As I knew I would not be needed for this race. Per an agreement made earlier in the season. As we got Rokuri into the pits fairly early on, you must say. So that gives Vader the position now. Mirror getting ever so close to Belarofox, but he can't do anything about it. He's the 3rd man in the DRS train. Always an unfortunate position to be in, pardon me. But now, down into turn 4. There's still nothing to be gained, nothing to be lost for any of these drivers. They're not losing time to Kevin, really. They're just saying each other's DRS. Probably saving tyres. Saving some fuel, maybe. Definitely saving ERS if your name is Keymer. We'll get the telemetry up. No penalties. And that's the gain and loss so far in this race. Belarofox up 4 positions from where he started. Keymer has lost 1. We got Kevin up 7. We're going to go back to the tyre data now. Rokuri on the freshest tyres in the field. But nothing can be done between these front guys. So this race has become a bit of a stalemate. As we just see the two FRT drivers of Zabi and Bellerofox helping each other. As Jump Mario picks up the first 3-second time penalty of the race. Down in P10. And we've only had 3 pit stops so far. Rokuri, Auto, and Surfy. Surfy is well off, but he's sticking it out there in case there's a safety car, which is the smart decision to make. But I'm just watching the two FRT drivers here. They've got much less ERS than Chimera, who's going to go for the undercut. He hits the inside curve, which is basically an auto spin. But with the nature of the pit lane, he was basically alongside as Vader picks up a 3-second time penalty for track limits. And let's see where Chimera comes out. It looks like he'll come out about P8. It's a good stop from the Alpine boys in blue. So he'll be very close to Vader, actually. And he'll be ahead of Rokuri. That's worked out really well for Chimera there. Onto the medium compound tyres, undercutting the two FRT drivers in the lead. And he's got all this ERS to burn on his outlap. Where will he end up after the pit stops? We don't know. So, we got Bartek in for hards. What tyres did he start on? He started on soft, so I don't know why he's went for hards. But let's see, what does Zabi and Bellerofox do here? Coming down into the penultimate corner, they're both going to pit. Bit of a slide for Zabi. And let's keep an eye on Chimera here. Coming down. He's at a purple middle section. He's coming down into turn 9 now. Where will his undercut leave him? The Aston Martin is leaving his pit stall now. It's going to be close. It's going to be really close. But I think he's got him. He has. It's been an amazing outlet from Chimera here. He's going to be in front of Zabi. And he's made the undercut work. So Chimera is in the provisional lead of this race. He's going to get past Vader here. Vader not putting up too much of a fight, obviously, as Mira is the leader of all the ERL cars in terms of actual position. Track position-wise, it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the boys in, well, I would say yellow if it was multiplayer cars. But the boys in blue, turquoise, and orange. There you go. And Chimera's only 7 seconds behind this pack of cars. Looking at it, we might see, well, we should see, hopefully, those top 3 come out in front of Rokuri. And yeah, F1 gameplay, I do agree, well executed by the ERL boys. Question is, when do the medium tyre runners pit as car gets penalty? But Chimera, that's the fastest lap of the race. He's 1.6 in front of Vader, who's only just getting passed by Zabi, who's made a massive mistake. He goes off at turn 1. And now Bellerofox is going to go for the move on Vader. So the FRT driver's not having the best of times, but Vader with the DRS, he might be able to get back past into turn 4 if he really wants to help his teammate out here. Not the best of exits there. But Chimera now, he's in clean air. And I know what he's like when he's in clean air. He's mega in clean air. I've had the pleasure of being his teammate, racing with him, racing against him. And he's mad in clean air. And he's gaining on Bellerofox. So, it's going well for the boys repping ERL here today. We've got Zabi looking for a move on Vader, but nothing amounting of it. Vader is really helping out his teammates here, just by being, just being defensive as hell, really. Bellerofox hasn't really gained on Chimera. And Zabi only just got past. We've got a spinner of Surfy. That might mean another pit stop for the FRT driver. No, it doesn't. So probably make a mistake on the apex curve of turn 8, the exit curve of turn 7, also known as we're halfway through this race. The gaps are very spread out. These top 3 still, still in a DRS train. So they're playing a very good race here. As now we see a bit of a lull in the race, as it's all the strategy now. Sorry, I'm just doing a little bit of photoshopping here. I do apologise for any lulls in the commentary. I am alone in the booth today. Doing my best. But it's not easy being solo com. But we should see now, well, very shortly anyway, not now, but maybe on like 22, these top 3 start to pit. Kimera is starting to gain on them. Well, he was already gaining on them, but he's getting really close to them. And he's only been on these tyres for 4 laps now. So the top 3 really need to think about pitting soon. And I reckon Kyle should be the first to come in. Let's check the gap of the leader. Rokari is 13 seconds behind Chaya. So they might come out a bit behind, but they will be on fresh, soft, compound tyres. And they'll be able to make that gap up pretty simply. But yeah, now we got Kimera on the back of Kyle. I would assume there's not going to be too much of a fight here. Yeah, Kyle's just going to let him go. Just allowing Kimera to get on with his race. I believe the 2 McLarens will do the same thing. Kevin Weaves, I think, as a hint of trying to do some teamwork. I'm not sure. As Xavier gets past Better Rofox, down towards turn 4. Better Rofox has no ERS. Kevin lets Mira go. We should see the same from Chaya here. Or we'll see a pit stop from Chaya. Either of the 2. But yeah, Kimura driving a very good race so far. He's done an undercut and nailed it. He's not losing too much time to Zabi and Better Rofox, who are now on the back of Kyle and Kevin. Oh, there's contact. That might be wing damage for Zabi. Went a bit German there. Coming down towards turn 3 now. Kyle and Kevin deploying a roadblock. There's more contacts. But Zabi makes it through on Kyle. We might see Bella Rofox do the same, but he has no ERS. Kyle is like 70%. It's 3 wide into turn 4, as we saw on lap 9. And, oh my god. Bella Rofox going for the slightest of gaps here. Is he going? Oh, there's a bit of contact. He's had to go very wide. But he's got the switchback on Kyle. But he's going to back out of that one. And Zabi nearly spins it on the apex curb. And that's how you see it. And Chaya picks up a 3-second tyre penalty coming out of turn 9 or 10. So very unfortunate for him. We got Zabi still trying to have a look at Kevin. Oh, little bit close from the contact system there. He's on the grass. He's done a Lando Norris to a McLaren. As you see, Kyle defending from Bellerofox, who tried to get the switch back, but didn't quite. But now, down towards turn number 4. We can see Bellerofox trying to dive it around the outside. Doesn't quite manage to do so. And Kyle got the better exit as well, even on the much older medium compound tyres. 15 laps older. And yeah, I agree, F1 gameplay. This is some nuts racing we're seeing here. But Kyle doing very well to defend, helping out the two, all the ERL lads in front of him. As Chaya does pit. And I believe he'll be out behind Rokeri, who runs wide at turn 10 again. He's done that for the 5th time now. As Kyle picks up yet another penalty for track limits. So Chaya is going to be, I think, around 7 seconds behind Rokeri. Well, 5.5. And he should be able to make that back up as he's on fresh, soft, compound tyres. And Bellerofox is still unable to get past Kyle. And Mirror is pulling away from Zabi. So in the pit stop phases, ERL seem to have gained an advantage. Might see Bartek get past Auto at some point as well. Very similar ERS levels. But obviously Bartek on the hard tyre. As we have Bell getting past Kyle, who boxes. Kevin boxes as well. And these guys, oh, sorry, should come out around where Chaya is. There goes Chaya, who I believe has already made inroads. He's set a purple last sector. He's already making inroads on Roker in front of him. He's gained 2 seconds since he came out of the pit lane. So the pace of these softs is insane. It's a 1.5678 for ERL. If someone would like to do the maths in chat for me, figure out how many points they've got. But as they got all the drivers in the top 10, and there are 2 FRT drivers outside of it, I believe we're currently up. But yeah, Chaya gaining on Rokeri in front of him. And yeah, he's gained half a second through those last few corners. As Kimura picks up a 3-second time penalty. He's going to be hoping Zabi gets one now, or he can pull 7 tenths on him in the next 11 laps, because that is not good for ERL Kimura here. Trying to think what's going on where. Also, it's quite close to Bartek. Kyle's pretty close to Kevin, who set a purple sector 1. John Morrow picked up a 3-second time penalty for the 2nd time, I believe. Yep. As Kyle goes past Kevin. Making a little bit of a switch there. Switcheroo. And Chaya is almost in the DRS of Rokeri. He should be in the DRS. Now he is! So it's even with Kimura's penalty, it might still be looking good for ERL after all. As I repeat, they still have most of their drivers in the top 10, but if FRT put off a 1, 3, and 6, I believe it is, they win by default. Or it's a 1, 2, and 6, something like that. But Kyle's the fastest lap of the race, taking it off of Kimura. Obviously, it doesn't make much of a difference, as it's still going to ERL and not FRT either way. But we have now got Chaya on the back of the Williams of Rokeri. coming down towards turn 4. Is he going to make a similar move as to what he did in defence of Rokuri? He does. He sweeps right around the outside. What a move from ERL Chaya there. Hopefully he can pull the 3 seconds. As we've got Kyle and Kevin 6.5 seconds behind the pairing there. But yeah. Whew. Well, that's madness. But Chaya should have the pace. He's already dropped DRS. It's been 6 corners and he's already gained a 1.5 seconds. And he sets a purple last sector to boot. But yeah, we're seeing Keymirror get gained on now. So there's been a few mistakes from the highest placed ERL member, as also comes to the pitch for softs. He's probably going to go for the fastest lap here. Bartek would have noticed that and probably mentioned it to one of his teammates in the party with him. I don't know who's the parties. I believe it's Mizza, Bartek and Chaya in one of them. As we have Chaya nearly breaking that 3-second window to Rokuri, which he needs so desperately. Let's go to the penalties for a little while. We're also going to check up on the warnings up the top. So Keymirror got 2 in 1 corner by the looks of things. We got 2 warnings for Zabi, 2 for Bell. We've got 2 after the penalty for Chaya. We got 2 for Rokuri. Got plenty for Kyle. We got 2 for Kevin. We got 1 or 2. Yeah, we got 2 post penalty for Vader. Bartek, none. Maybe a contact warning, maybe, or pit lane exit. I don't know. None after a penalty for him, and we've got 2 warnings for the furthest back FRT drivers, as Chaya has already broken the penalty window to the car behind, and Zabi, bloody Nora. Zabi isn't really gaining. He's getting a little, but not a lot. As we are going to keep on an eye on the lap data, but also the telemetry. Keymirror has had to use a little bit of battery to try and maintain a gap to Zabi, who's just pushing like mad and has some insane pace around this track. It must be said. But Keymirror can't dig. It isn't like digging within to find some insane pace. We've got 7 laps left. And there's not been all too much of a difference. I mean, Bartek has jumped. And also hasn't set fastest lap. He's been on these tyres for a couple of laps now. So back on the tyre graphic. He's been on this for 1 or 2 laps now, and he hasn't set the fastest lap of the race. He doesn't even look like he's pushing for it. Do you think he'd be using the ERS between, well, down the turn 4, 5, 6 section? He's 7 tenths down on his best, so it doesn't look like he'll be getting fastest lap. Surfy is at 300th up on his best. So I wonder if he's going for it as well. I mean, these two may as well go for it. They've got nothing to lose. And they may as well try and take points off of ERL for their own sake. As Kyle and Kevin make a switch down to turn 4. Which might be the best decision, as Kyle wasn't really gaining on Rokuri. Maybe we could see Kevin make some inroads on him. Well, them, I should say, because no discrimination, no gender assumptions here. But yeah, Very even on ERS now for Zabi and Chimera. Chimera has a little bit more by virtue of not using it as much. But that doesn't subtract from the fact that Zabi is almost in the DRS. But I think Mira knows what he's doing. Zabi's close to a penalty. HM lift up, welcome in. But yeah, not all too much happening as it stands. Lap 31 out of 36 then for the BFE Austrian Grand Prix. The third to last race of round 3 in the group stages. ERL versus FRT here. And Kevin has made some massive inroads on Rokeri. He goes a bit wide. Doesn't pick up a penalty though. Surfy picks up a penalty. And I haven't seen him set the fastest lap. So far it's still ERL with the fastest lap point. And will we see Kevin get past Rokeri here? Rokeri's on 19 lap old medium compound tyres. Kevin is on 7 lap old softs. It was a lift up. They're using actual cars as Kevin goes down the inside of Rokeri into turn 3. Very good move there from the ERL team captain. Will Kyle be able to make any inroad? As neither of the two in front of him have DRS, but Rokeri's drained. He's going to go alongside Kevin, but to no avail. Lift up. They're using F1 2021 cars per a vote that was made pre-season to ditch the multiplayer cars. Oh, Kyle getting very close to Rokeri here. Rokeri getting on the tap to spin curb, I guess. As we now see them come through turns 9 and 10 now. Zabi's now very close to Chimera. So yeah, Zabi's definitely been pushing. He's got more ERS though now. As Kevin... Well, Kyle still hasn't got past Rokeri, but he might be able to now. Side by side, through the flat-out kick of turn 2. Kyle has gotten ahead. But they're still side by side. And Kyle. What a move from Kyle there. Holding it around the outside. Rokeri can't do anything about it. Actually, he's going to go for the outside move here into turn 4. Kyle brakes later, goes a bit deep, but doesn't allow a switchback. And that is some class racing between ERL and FRT drivers. As we've seen all race between these bunch. It's been a cracking race. And I can't knock what we've seen in this race so far today. Miro will be hoping that Zabi does make a mistake and pick up yet another warning. Matt, mate, welcome in, mate. How you doing? But yeah, Miro will be hoping Zabi makes a slight mistake on track limits, but he's going to go side by side down towards turn 4. He's going to go for a switchback here. Doesn't quite get the exit. Doesn't use the ERS. Neither of them using ERS. As they run through the middle sector. But yeah, as I was trying to say, Chimera will be hoping that Zabi makes a mistake and picks up a track limits penalty. As he's on 2 warnings. And Matt, I'm good. I'm very good. It's been a cracking race. Oh, nearly spun there from Zabi. Yeah, it's been a good race so far. And only mistakes we've really seen have been 2 jump starts and a few track limits penalties. There hasn't really been anything in the way of spins. But coming down into turn 3, where Auto did make contact and spin, come the 2 leading cars of Zabi and Chimera. And Zabi's got the run. Chimera's not even going to fight way too hard. Rokeri picks up a 3-second time penalty for track limits. And now Zabi has taken the lead on track, and he's still got it on penalties. Kimura will be hoping to get in front and Zabi to get a track limits penalty. It's easy to do around here, get the track limits, but getting in front is not the easiest as it's such a small circuit with such wide cars. But 3 DRS zones do definitely help. There are blue flags for the two Aston Martin, for one of the Aston Martin cars of Surfy probably being in the way of better Rofox, I think. I don't know whether he got behind or whatever. But yeah, there were some blue flags there. And this could well be the final standing for this race. Unless, as I said, Zabi makes a mistake with some track limits and Kimura can get past him. Or, alternatively, Kimura can somehow get that penalty removed. I didn't see how he got it. But he got penalty and warning. So that could mean it was a double warning for going off somewhere. And not even getting advantage because as soon as he got that penalty, he lost so much time to Zabi. And he's not really got that pace back. As Sean Warrior picks up his 3rd time penalty of the race, the most out of anyone. As now we're coming through the final corners on the final lap. Zabi is going to pick up the win for FRT here today. And it's going to be Kimura following across the line. Bello Rofox is going to pick up P3. Chaya P4. And a commanding drive from Kevin to get P5 in this Grand Prix. I believe, looking at positions, it's an ERL win. Can someone get a calculator out and do that for me? Kyle drops behind Rokeri. Bartek is going to pick up P8. Vader P9 with Auto rounding out the top 10. So your winner here today, FRT Zabi. And I'm going to add up these points here. Because I did get it. No, I didn't. Yeah, I'm going to add up these points here. So, 18. I need to get the fastest lap. It's Jump Warrior, okay. 18 plus 12 plus 10 plus 6 plus 4 plus 2 is 52. So, we'll get that noted down on our notepad. ERL 52 FRT. I need to add them up. But 25, 15. I'm going to skip the podium so I can get this maths done. 25, 15. 8 and 2 is 50. So ERL come out on top by 2 points pre-penalties. I'll whack that in the chat for you all. If I missed anyone, 25, 15, 8, 2. Yeah. So, thank you for everyone who come along for the stream today. That's the provisional score. I'll get a screenshot for the channel in the ERL server, BFE server, sorry. But thank you guys for coming along. Hope you enjoyed the race. And hopefully you'll hear me again in the comment box for BFE. And that will be all. Have a nice evening. Have a nice week. Got NR Rex versus SLR tomorrow, 8 PM BST. I'm not quite sure on the stream plans for that one yet. But if you want to keep up to date with it, follow BFE on Twitter at BFE_tournament. I've been ERL AidanH. It's been a pleasure having you. Goodbye.